told you at the beginning of this discussion that I disagree that we were living in an era of a culture of silence, because I understand that era of a culture of silence that people have in mind as a very different scenario. So I don't want to restate that point. I think that I sense a certain frustration from the president's speech. That sometimes when politicians push back at criticism robustly, they're seen as silencing, silencing dissent. And he thinks that that's unfair because if you are criticized, you have a right to defend yourself, you have a right to come back. What you don't have a right to do, and I think that in the president's speech he affirms is to attack people in the middle of, go pick up people in the middle of the night, and those things which we associated with the culture of silence. And I'm slightly right on that. I do think, however, though, that there is a perception that there's a price to pay if you do not, if you are too overtly critical of government. And it's not just media people who pay the price, I imagine. It's people who have certain aspirations, people who work in certain places. But I do think that that sort of instinct has always been there. People are very careful about what they say in public because they don't want to pay a price for speaking out. They don't want to pay the price. And I think that in every society, there is a price for speaking out. We are in institutions, and when people speak out in institutions, why do you think we have whistleblower laws? When people speak out in corporations, including Mr. Sam Jones' corporation, there are all these cultures of silences that can spring up, and we need to encourage people to speak up more, to take the steps to make sure. So I find it very reassuring that the president in his speech is reassuring Ghanaians of the government's commitment to press freedoms. And we can hold him to that.